Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the AT-AT from summer of 2020. The set has 1,267 pieces, it's set number 75288, rated 10 and up, for $160 in the United States in 2020. Now, rated for inflation, this is going to be around $170 based on the amount of $170 sets we've been having lately for the around price point. And then we have the 6 minifigures, 2 pilots, 2 snowtroopers, 1 General Veers, and 1 Luke Skywalker with a lightsaber and a thermal detonator. Let's get into the review. First up, for the AT-AT, we have General Veers, and this General Veers minifigure is very simplistic, very similar printing to the one in the UCS one, except the UCS one has dual molded legs, and here is his back printing, very simplistic and very good. Next, we have the AT-AT drivers, and the AT-AT drivers are very similar. Well, they are exactly the same, except for the face prints, which one of them has a more smiling look, and one of them has more of a stern look, with both the detailings being very good on both figures. And if these weren't pilots, these are some of my favorite figures, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Just with it, many detailings and printings, the line that connects the oxygen tubes goes all the way down and connects down to the legs, and I think these look really good. Next up, we have Pilot Luke Skywalker, and this minifigure showed up in a ton of sets in these 2019, 2020, 2021, 2018 era, and then he does have a second side print with the visor up. And yeah, that's Luke Skywalker, very simple, using the new-ish old helmet. They had the new one, and then they removed it after one set. Here is the old one. Next included in the set is 2 snowtroopers. Each snowtrooper has their own unique face print, with the same back print for each minifigure. Next up, we have the side builds of the set. We have the speeder and the cannon. The speeder can fit 1 minifigure, and the cannon can be held by 1 minifigure. This speeder is a simple design and is a unique design for the set, while the 2022 version definitely makes this speeder much better, and a much better design. Not much better, but is definitely a better design with some small added details to make it look more complete. Let's take a look on the inside of the build. The set has very beautiful legs, but after time, they tend to move a ton, especially when you're placing down the set, and it can get a little annoying. I'm just waiting for them to fully give out, which is going to suck when that happens, but I just hope it does not. Let's get into the interior. In the head of the interior, you cannot fit 1, but all 3 pilot minifigures, including General Veers, inside of the head of the set. And it looks very snug of a fit, but it is huge that we were able to get all 3 minifigures in this in the orientation that they are meant to be seated in. And I think this looks absolutely amazing. The only bad part about this is all the orange pieces that resemble just different, the closing parts, and it peeks through at the back, which is annoying, and especially this blue stud is peeking through, something the AT-AT does not share. Not just 2, and there's tons of this all around the set. There's 2 here on either side, same as the other side, plus the brown. Not including the amount of gaps on the underside of it. This side isn't that bad, but the back side is pretty bad if you ask me. Especially looking at it from a lower angle, it just looks kind of ugly in my opinion at that angle. But besides that, this is a beautiful model, and let's take a look at the main interior. On both sides, there's a panel you can open up like this, and all you have to do is swivel it down and up, and if you were to grab it, it doesn't pull up because it is using a different technique than other models. It is using a different piece to where it just doesn't pop up. You have to turn it, and then it goes up like that. On this side, you can fit 3 minifigures. This set only gives you 2, but you can fit 1 more here, which I will not be doing because there's no point in that because it just fills up the set. And on the other side, we have 2 seats and a place for the cannon build. Also, that is just me moving it. The set is starting to get old, which is annoying because these legs should not be getting like this. That's not a thing. Just keep in mind if you decide to buy this in 2023 or 2024 exceeding. But next up, we can put the cannon in right here, and it fits pretty snug away from all the minifigures, and you can close it back up. Next, we can take a look at the back, and yes, there is a spot for the speeder in the set, which personally gives it huge props for the set entirely. And for the $160 price point, you better hope that there's a spot for the speeder, but it does look absolutely amazing that you can fit that all snug and tight in this set without it taking away at all from the set, especially the interior, which you can see the front of, which takes away no space from any of the minifigures inside, which personally looks absolutely stunning. Let's take a look at the last feature of the set. For the last section of the set, you might be wondering why we still have Luke Skywalker. If every other minifigure has a place in the set, why isn't Luke? Well, Luke does have a place in the set. If you lift up this panel and you can roll this piece down, which I don't know how well it's going to roll now that it's been a few years, it'll bring down a gun that you can shoot up. After rolling it in a direction, you have the grappling gun that Luke shoots up to the AT-AT. Once you get Luke hanging, you can drag him back up, like so. Well, it's going to take a second, but I'm going to have you watch me. Slowly going to drag him back up. And the set collapses, by the way, when I'm trying to do this. This is what I'm trying to show you. All the legs moved, this piece popped off. It is a nightmare, so use 2 hands for this. Once you retract Luke's grappling gun all the way to the top, Luke can cut in this little divot into the AT-AT and throw in his thermal detonator and close it back up. Sadly, I do not have the thermal detonator on me. I have many, but I'm just not getting out for this review because it seems pointless to me. But you can throw it in there and imagine the whole set blowing to shreds. And yeah, once you take Luke out, the cannon is just loose, so you have to pull it back into the set, and it just fits nicely into the set, and you never even know it was there. I think you might be able to see it right there. But yeah, you wouldn't even know it was there. And it's a little feature that you can barely tell, of course, is even there. Thank you for watching this review. I will see y'all again soon, and goodbye.